Hey, want a cookie? Oh, I know you just ate, so you're craving something a little sweet. Besides, one cookie isn't gonna kill you. How about half? Just a bite? Bite it. Bite it. Bite it.
Food noise isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. Your affordable GLP-1 source that puts you on a path to successful weight loss by quieting food noise.
Bite it.
Shh. Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Short Shifts. Jeffrey J. Hulavecchio here, pilot of this Magic Harbor ride. Topher, T-Bone, apparently. Scott, as the screen says, if you're watching with me on YouTube here, T-Bone here has no idea what the topic for today is on Short Shifts. We got 10 minutes. 10 minutes has been on the clock. I'm already 20 seconds in. Just stalling. No, just kidding. Toph, your question, okay? We actually talked about this when we were in New York, and I'd love to talk about it more on the air. And I know it's something that has been a topic thrown around for many years, but I think that with the NIL now coming into play in college hockey, maybe now this is a time where OHL players could actually play Division I, NCAA Division I after playing in the OHL. Right now, current rules are if you play in the OHL, WHL, QMJHL, you cannot play Division I hockey. There's stipulations, left and right, but that's the gist of it. With NIL, name, image, likeness rights, where now college athletes and junior hockey players are getting deals with companies, which I think, as they should, they can make money, and some of them can make a lot of money, way more than these kids in the OHL are getting per week than most of the kids in the OHL, I would assume. So now that it's kind of a level playing field, do you think that OHL players should be allowed to play NCAA Division I and or Division III hockey?
Well, it'll certainly change the recruiting landscape if that happens. I think what most people need to realize, though, is it's ultimately probably going to be the courts that are the ones deciding if this is going to go through or not necessarily like governing bodies. Because that's how everything in the NCAA has come to fruition between, NIL stuff and everything like that. It's been through the courts, somebody suing the NCAA and it going from there. So, it's not as if it's going to happen because a bunch of people in hockey say that it's going to happen. It's probably going to happen because now it just kind of makes sense, right? Like college kids can get paid. So why is there a rule against major junior kids coming down? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense anymore, I would say. If you talk to a lot of different people, whether it's good for college hockey or not, you ask 10 different people, you'll get 10 different opinions on that. It certainly opens up the player pool for a lot of, the teams that might not get the blue chip type of talent. Now the player pool's just been astronomically freaking made bigger. Right. So, it's interesting, man. Like I'm interested to see what's going to happen in the next 2 to 5 years, because like even 10 years ago when I was coaching in college hockey, like this was a topic that would come up like down in Florida at the coaches convention. Hey, do you open it up to major junior? And typically it was pretty much a hard no. Like we got a pretty good product right now. And with what college hockey has done over the past decade to 2 decades in terms of the amount of college hockey players now playing in the NHL, the amount of high level Canadian hockey players that are choosing to come down and play. Like you think of Adam Fantilli, you think of Owen Power, you think of Macklin Celebrini. These are top 3 NHL draft picks from Canada who came down to the US to play in the USHL and then play college hockey. So like there's a sense in college of like, hey, like we're kind of winning this battle right now. Do we really need to open it up? I think some of the teams that like would like to have a bigger player pool, would love for it to happen. Maybe some of the bluer blood teams who don't necessarily want a bigger player pool because they're getting the best anyway. Maybe they don't. Like, again, you ask 10 different people, you'll get 10 different opinions on it. But I think the biggest thing that people like got to kind of realize is that like it's probably going to be the courts that end up deciding this one. Like I feel like all it takes is kind of like one, I'm just going to say it because this is like what happens with like USA hockey, but like one dad with a lot of money who wants his kid to go to college that will just sue the NCAA, I'd be like, it doesn't make any sense anymore. Like they're getting paid anyway. And why are we, why do we have this line now? So yeah, I'm a huge advocate for the players earning money. I think giving the players some power back into it and being able to use their name, image and likeness is great because even players who are getting scholarships, and I coach an Ivy League school where players aren't getting scholarships, so it'd be phenomenal for the Ivies. But like even if the players get scholarships, like still to be able to get some income off their name, image like this, the hard work that they've put in, growing your Instagram following. I know you're big on that, Vechs. Like that's a way to do it for some of these student athletes. So yeah, I don't know where it's going to go. Like again, this is a topic that's been talked about forever, but like now that there's NIL money, it's a little bit different. So I know I kind of rambled there a little bit. But
Yeah, no,
there's a lot of nuance to this that like it's not so black and white.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like as you're talking there, you started like making me think of things. It's like, oh yeah, so change a lot of different paths. Think of like 16-year-olds who are like really nasty, or 17-year-olds who maybe are on the smaller side, who maybe would have chosen the college route because they could take longer to develop. Maybe now those higher end guys who are smaller,
now it's the same.
Try to go to the OHL, see how it goes. Oh, at 21, if you're not ready to play pro hockey, they could go to college hockey.
Right.
Like that's super interesting. And then what does that do? Now, do all the skill guys try major junior first, or now is it an influx to college with a bunch of OHL guys who played a year and decide, I want to develop more, physically in the gym, and college hockey probably does a better job of that since they play less games. Is that something I want to do? It's like really interesting because I have a couple guys who are, I have one guy who's in the OHL last year and another guy who's going to be in the OHL this coming year along with them. And so just so interesting to see like what's going to happen with them. Where does this go? If this does happen, like you said, I mean, I think that somebody's going to sue for sure. Like it just makes, just from the business standpoint, let's take hockey out of it. Like, it's just not a fair thing to have these rules now that college kids are allowed to make money and junior kids are allowed to make money. It's not fair for the major junior guys not to have that opportunity to play NCAA D1 and they have to go to CIS or whatever college
right.
in Canada's called.
For everybody out there that's not as kind of knowledgeable on it. So like once you play in major juniors, you're considered a professional athlete because kids in major junior, even though they're not getting paid very much, they're still getting paid. So they're not described as amateurs. Like that's not the moniker that they have. They're professional athletes now, which is why they cannot come down and play NCAA hockey. But the argument to be made is like, okay, well, if the same thing is going on in college, like how do we want to demonstrate who is who's amateur, who's professional? That's ultimately the question that's being asked right now. And that, again, there's probably more to it than I realize, but like, that's the reason why kids who play major junior can't come down and play college hockey, because they're deemed professionals and professional players cannot play college hockey. So yeah, it'll change the landscape. I mean, I'm thinking as like an assistant coach in college, like, that's 3 more leagues that you're potentially going to recruit in. What does it do to the USHL? What does it do to USA Hockey? Because now is there going to be more Canadian hockey players playing in college because you've just opened up those leagues? What does that do to hockey here in the States? Like there's so many different nuances. And then like, how does the NHL Players Association and the NHL, how are they going to react to they're going to have to put some guardrails in place in terms of, how people matriculate from junior or college into the NHL or professional hockey now. And so there's a lot to be worked out. This is not going to happen overnight. I think if you talk to most people, I think they'll tell you it's going to happen at some point. But there's a lot to be worked out still.
I think at the very least, there should be like a Memorial Cup where the USHL is also part of it. Sure. I think that would be sick. I'm sure both leagues. Well, I'm sure the major junior doesn't want that because but
if everybody's on the same playing field now, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, if you could go either or.
USHL can just be another leg. It's everybody's major junior now. Right. That USHL is the Southern Division or something like that.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it for sure. We got 10 seconds left here on this magic carpet ride that we've gone on. But Mike McMahon has done a lot of deep dives on this. He's a great reporter for College Hockey News. He's done a lot on this, so go read some of his stuff, and it'll give you some more information and nuance on it. But good topic.
You guys, I would love to hear anybody's perspective that's in the hockey think tank community on this too. So when this comes out on our Facebook page, weigh in, because this is something that is going to affect a lot of the younger guys I work with. So would love to hear anybody's thoughts or any insider buzz. If you heard anything, let us know.
And share the show.
Share that show.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.